The weekly dividend ETFs are doing nothing but go up. We have seen them bounce back super nicely these last couple of weeks, and I am pumped about that for sure. So today we're going to do our full breakdown on each and every one, because what I did was pretty crazy. I bought every single one, roughly $100 worth, and we've been tracking their progress for 32 weeks now. Absolutely insane how long this challenge has gone on for, and I'm going to keep doing it because they keep putting out more and more of these weekly payers. So I am really excited for this video just because it's nice seeing these bounce back. The market's been a little better. It did fall a little bit today, but we have seen some really solid returns, and I cannot believe that over half of them are now in the green. Yes, you heard me correct. Half. A few weeks ago, everything was in the red. So we've made some crazy progress. As always, if you guys are interested in dividends, in making money in the stock market, don't forget to like the video and to subscribe down below so you never miss one of these updates and you never miss out on what payers are paying the most, because that is all that I like to talk about. So let's jump right into the intro. Take a look at each and every single one of these very quickly because there are a lot. And at the end of the video, the most important part, I would say, we're going to see the total returns in our spreadsheet, because all the numbers on here are just unrealized profit and loss, not including the dividends paid out. The tracking spreadsheet has all of that and more. We can also see that our account update, things are looking pretty good. We are officially up to over $1,800. Now, I only invested $1,600 to start, so we're not super in the green. We're positive by only $8, but it has been climbing nicely, and I think we're going to be breaking double digits in positive very soon. And then after that, who knows how high we are going to go. I'm also going to say MST is not in this account. It's in our weekly pay account because it's a leveraged weekly payer that also pays a dividend. But I wanted to put it in there because it's a smaller account, and thus the weekly updates will be coming out for that one very soon when we do get our first payment. So all in all, I'm pumped with the account. Let's go ahead and dive into these numbers and see which ones are making us the most money, starting with the Defiance ETFs. Now, this can be very deceptive because we are down 29% on IWMY, but all in all, it's doing better than that, I promise. It pays out some massive dividends, and we've seen the price come back up quite nicely. Now, again, I am going to move quickly, so try and stick with me, and then we'll get to the end and look at all the numbers all together. So we have an AUM of 109 million and a dividend yield of 94%. The dividend yield is going down because the price is going up. It's an inverted relationship, which I like to see. I want to see the price at least trade sideways and those dividend payouts to be amazing. Now, we can also see the last couple of distributions. We had 34 cents, we had 24 cents, then we had 24 cents, and now we had 24 cents again. So not bad. Implied volatility was low this week. Only a few paid out really high, and I'm guessing you're going to know which ones because they've really performed well. Before we get to those ones, though, let's check out the next Defiance ETF, QQQY. It is down 25.6%, but again, no dividends included in this part. And then when I look at the dividends down here, I will say this is per share, not per $100 invested like I have done. So QQQY, dividend yield of 80% and an AUM of 147 million. I'm pretty impressed that this thing is able to climb back up. I'm really pumped about it, actually, because I was worried that we would forever see these fall, and that's just not the case anymore. We have seen some runs in the past, so I do want it to be more consistent. I'm not 100% on board yet, but we will see. Last couple distributions, 30 cents a share, 18 cents a share, 18.5 cents a share, and now a little over 18.5 cents a share again. So another really solid week for the Defiance ETFs. We have one more to look at, my personal favorite, which is ticker WDTE. Down 19.6%. Definitely one of the better performers in the account, I will say, despite that red. I will also say, if you guys are enjoying this series and you're interested in the weekly dividends, Moomoo is my favorite broker to have them on. I've purchased them on a few different ones. Moomoo is the fastest broker to have all the new ones. I already own MST in the other account, and I love how quick it is, especially for these YouTube challenges. So if you are interested in opening a Moomoo account, check down below for my link. You can get some insane perks right now, including like an 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash, which is phenomenal. That and more. They have a bunch of different discounts and stuff going on. So check it out and let me know what you think. Now, back to WDTE. AUM is lower, 67 million, and the dividend yield is 51.5%. Very solid, a little more consistent, but we've still seen a bit of some dropping. Now, with the last couple of distributions, we had 35 cents a share, then we had 19.4 cents a share, and then we had almost 20 cents a share, and now we have 20 cents a share again. So volatility hasn't been great, but they've been kicking out some pretty decent dividends, which I'm really, really happy about. Let's see how its competitor does, RoundHill, with their weekly dividend ETFs. There are so many of these now, and they're all similar in the name, so it's hard to keep track. But we have RDTE down 23%. This is one I do own in my Roth that I've been pretty disappointed in, I will say. I don't like that it's so beaten down. I did buy near the highs, but what can you do? Now, I will also say the AUM is 130 million, so it's pretty decent in size. And the dividends, it hasn't been trading for an entire year, so it's roughly around a 40% yield from the last time I calculated it. But look at this price return. It is bouncing back up nicely, really tracking the market, which I'm really excited for. Now, again, these are not supposed to necessarily appreciate a ton over time. The goal is current income. So you want to get paid, and you want to get paid weekly, and that's the bonus of these. It's why the expense ratio is a little bit higher as well. Last couple of distributions, we had 23.5 cents, we had 31 cents, huge dividend, then we had 25 cents, and now we have 24 cents. So pretty solid, pretty consistent. We need it to continue on this trend to really break through and make us some good money in the account. Now let's move on to the most popular fund by RoundHill that pays every single week, ticker QDTE. I am surprised that it's down 19%. This one was supposed to hold up a little bit better, and it's just been a rough couple of months in the market. We can see this has been trading for quite a bit longer, a full year plus, which is good. We've seen the dividend yield roughly 45%, almost 45.5%, which is very solid. It's high, and it's hard to continue that without a little bit of NAV erosion, which a lot of this was just the market falling, but I'm really curious to see how they bounce back. That's going to be key for me in what I hold in my Roth IRA. AUM is massive, 751.5 million. This thing was at like 680 million a couple weeks ago. So people are buying in, and the last couple of days have been very green. So I'm definitely happy about that. Last few distributions, we had 21 cents, we had 24 cents, we had 22 cents, and now we have 31 cents, rounding up just a little bit. We have not seen a dividend in the 30s in quite some time. February and January, which is absolutely crazy. Let's hope XDTE can keep up that trend. Down 14.5%, but again, a lot of these are going to be positive because of the dividends. Now, the main difference between XDTE and QDTE, despite what they trade on, is the fact that QDTE is supposed to have higher dividends and worse price return, and XDTE is kind of the opposite. Better price return, aka we're down 5% less, and lesser dividends, which again will make a huge impact. AUM is 382 million and a dividend yield of 32%, which is pretty accurate. I have been happy with XDTE. There were some times it outperformed QDTE, but for the most part, QDTE has come out on top. Now, XDTE's chart was a bit prettier until recently. Like the NAV just took a beating with this market drop, and I'm not surprised by that, but we did see quite a bit of buying recently, just like QDTE. Last couple distributions, we had 23.5 cents. Then we had 34 cents, a huge payment. Then we had 25.5, and now we're back up to almost 34 cents, 33.5, which is phenomenal. Very, very solid, and I like these bigger payments. I do, especially when you have drip on and we're repurchasing more and more shares. That makes a massive difference, which I am debating. Should I buy more of these? If so, let me know which one. Should I buy more RoundHill? Should I buy more Defiance? More YieldMax? I'm so curious what you guys are buying right now because everything seems to be bouncing. Not trying to jinx it. Could be a dead cat bounce 100%. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy the green that I am seeing. There's not that much to say about ticker WEEK. It returns about 4% every single year. And it actually dropped in price this week, which is kind of funny. Nothing here to really write home about. Normal chart and AUM of 100 million. Wow. So people are buying into this quite nicely, which I think is really interesting. Distributions are all pretty consistent. 7.8 cents, 7.85 cents, 7.9 cents, and now we're back to 7.85 cents. Pretty consistent. Can't really complain. It's doing what it's supposed to do. Lower yield, almost zero risk from what I've been told. And so I'm okay with that. If you're interested in that type of investment, to live off of week would be absolutely amazing in my opinion, but you would need quite a bit of money because the yield is low. But for my crypto fans, let's check out YBTC, the most popular crypto weekly payer by RoundHill. I've been seeing a ton of Bitcoin talk recently, and we can see it's down 10.16%. We've seen Bitcoin fall a little bit. It's just been all over the place, and YBTC, kind of the same boat. We've seen it rise, we've seen it fall, and now it is climbing back up, but it did take quite a dive. We see dividend yield of 46% and an AUM of 188.5 million, which is large. Now, one key factor with this is it's relatively inconsistent. That doesn't mean it's a bad weekly payer, but the dividends, 44 cents, 44.5 cents, all the way down to 24 cents, and now 26 cents. It's all over the place. If I was relying on this for income, it'd be a little bit harder, but I'm not. I'm reinvesting, so being all over the place is okay with me. If you guys are interested in another Bitcoin tracking ETF that has performed phenomenally well, ticker BTCI, I have a full new video out about it that I posted this week. This one is catching my attention. It is monthly, but those returns are phenomenal. It's yielding like 28% consistently since launch 7 months ago. Still new, still fresh, but check out that video. I'll link it at the end of this one for those that are interested. But first, we got to look at YieldMax. There are so many of these that I'm just going to work my way down. GPTY, we're down 15.4%. This one pays some pretty decent dividends. AUM of 20 million. It looks like it's climbing. And we see a dividend yield. We don't know what it actually is yet because it hasn't paid that many times, I should say. Last couple of distributions, we had 25 cents. We had 30 cents, we had 27 cents, and 27 cents again. So pretty consistent and pretty solid. We compare this one to LFGY. This one was one of the worst performers for a while. It started off rough. They were both launched at a bad time in the market when everything was tanking. So I'm not surprised to see this. But for LFGY, we're down 25.6%. And the chart is climbing back up, which I like. AUM, 105 million. So there's a lot of people that are interested in LFGY over GPTY. And the dividend yield is higher. LFGY, I think, is one of the highest yielders in the account, and it's been putting out some insanely high dividends. I got told I say insane too much. I definitely do. I need to work on some synonyms. Give me your favorite synonym for insane. Maybe I'll use it in a video. I need a new one. Insane, I've been using it too much. Last couple distributions, 43 cents, 41 cents, 47 cents, and 75 cents. Wow. A massive distribution from LFGY. A lot of volatility in crypto, I guess, but that is really, really impressive, and I guarantee it's going to make a big difference in our dividend tracking spreadsheet when we see what this thing has made us. I'm going to group the new ones together. So we have QDTY. That's up 7.3%. Phenomenal. We bought at a perfect time, and it's just climbing. So that's the only reason why, really. 7.5 million AUM, and a dividend yield, I'm guessing they're all going to be roughly in the 40s to 50s. Pretty solid. Last couple distributions, 32 cents, 33.5 cents, 28 cents, and 23 cents and a half again. And then we have RDTY, which again is positive by 0.5%. Pretty solid, 0.5%. Can't really complain. It's in the green. AUM is low, 4.5 million, and the dividend yield probably around 40 to 50%. Maybe a little higher with these, but distributions. We had almost 46 cents. We had 47 cents. This one's paying out a lot, 46 cents and 24.5 cents. So a bit lower this payment, but these ones they're paying out a pretty good amount. And then XDTE is down 12.7%. The reasoning is I bought this one right on launch and I waited for the others because I was just lazy. To be honest, there's no other excuse about it. But in the end, it made me some money being lazy. So sometimes being lazy works out. AUM is 13 million. And a dividend yield, again, roughly 40, I would say roughly 40 to 60%. The distributions haven't been super consistent, but it is really finding its groove now, I think. 30 cents, 31 cents, 27 cents, and 25 cents. So pretty similar. All in all, I'll be watching these ones closely, and I will start doing some comparison videos on how the YieldMax ones compare to the RoundHill funds. They roughly cost the same with their fees, I believe, but I'll put out some content for you guys, those that are interested, to let me know in the comments which ones you prefer, YieldMax versus RoundHill. ULTY is so interesting to me, and let me tell you why. Because I bought 16 shares originally just a couple of weeks ago, and now we're already to 17.6 shares, meaning if the NAV can stay stable, you can compound this thing like crazy. We are down 1.4%, which I'm not unhappy about. It has been great. Look at this. We've been buying over and over and over again, and it's climbing, but we did see quite a drop. We did see some good buying and some good selling as well. AUM is a 300 million. This is a large fund. Dividend yield, 164%. It was about 90% when I ran my calculations last, but who knows? We can also see, wow, this is just crazy. I guess our buy was at 634, and so now that it was repurchasing all these lower, what's our average cost now? Originally 634, now it's down to 628. So still pretty high. We need this strip to really work to lower that average cost. Couple distributions. We had 8.5 cents, 8.4 cents, 9.4 cents, and now almost 12 cents, which is a great distribution. Pumped about that. Let me know if you guys like this one. There's definitely a lot of comments about it, and I can see why. It's really cool what this fund is doing, and I really hope it can keep it up. YMAG is one of my favorites, but I keep seeing comments saying choose YMAX over YMAG, and let's see which one's paid out more. We have seen a crazy good stretch from YieldMax recently, outcompeting YMAG. We can see it is down 16.4%, kind of a bummer, but we've been buying on these lows over and over and over again because we have drip on. ULTY, YMAG, and YMAX all have drip on. Dividend yield is 49%, AUM 324 million. Very solid. It definitely has been getting some purchases as well, even with the market being all over. Last couple of distributions, 9.5 cents, 9.24 cents. Then we had 10 cents, woohoo, and now we've had 10.6 cents. So some pretty good distributions. I'm happy with it. I definitely am happy with it. YMAG versus YMAX. Who wins? I don't know. We're going to find out very soon. YMAX has been the fan favorite for quite a while, down 18.8%, but the distributions are usually pretty solid. AUM is the largest in the account, 768 million, just barely beating out QDTE this week. Dividend yield of 65%. And again, we've been buying this thing the entire time. It's crazy how many times I've purchased this ETF. Now, last couple of distributions, we had 13 cents, then we had 13.5 cents, and then 17.5 cents, and a massive 16.8 cent dividend. Again, consistency is a little bit all over the place, but as long as I'm making money, I'm pumped about it. If you guys are interested in tracking this portfolio specifically, check out my link to the app Blossom down below. I get $5 for every time someone downloads and signs up. It is a free app. You don't have to pay anything, and I have all of my YouTube challenges on there. I'm going to have it kind of be like the hub, where if you're interested in seeing how all of my challenges are doing, it's on there all for free, again. So check that out and let me know what you think. I've been liking the app, definitely. All right, let's get into that dividend tracking spreadsheet. It is crazy how long I've been tracking these. I mean, if I scroll up, look at this, all the way back to October of 2024. It's crazy to think of how much has changed in my life since then, but we're not going to get into all that. Let's look at these distributions. IWMY, 73 cents, a little bit lower, but it's all right. Implied volatility was down, it seemed, this month. Or this week, I should say. People seem to be thinking the market is going to trend downward a little bit after that nice run, and so we've got some lower payouts. QQQY, same boat, 56 cents. WDTE, same as the prior week, 40 cents. QDTE paid out a lot, 92 cents, which is great, and it's going to continue to grow, hopefully, as I continue to buy more of this one. XDTE, $1.01. Again, a really, really good dividend. And RDTE, 71 cents. So Defiance didn't do as good as the RoundHill ETFs, but I'm not sure why. The real winners this week were YieldMax. YMAG was $1.22, a massive distribution, and YMAX was $1.22 as well. Absolutely phenomenal. Both of these, we've gained an extra share just in the dividends with drip on. YBTC, a little bit low again, 0.52 cents. And LFGY, we did see $1.50, which is crazy. We haven't seen $1 since week 2 of March. So keep doing that. I love the high distributions. And it was a crazy jump from 94 cents. GPTY, 55 cents, pretty consistent. SDTY, 54 cents, pretty good. ULTY, $1.90, another huge week of dividends from ULTY, and this is why everyone is very, very interested in that fund. WEEK with its 8 cents on the dot, consistent, love to see it. And we have RDTY, 93 cents, and QDTY, 57 cents. So RDTY is paying out a lot. It's trying to match, let's see, LFGY with those distributions, and I hope that it can, because those are some consistent, solid payers. And that's what we've seen. When we slide over, let's see if we have the most money we've ever made this week, and we did. $13.36, outperforming all the other weeks for sure. Now, this is not surprising, as I added some more money and some more positions, getting some nice dividends, getting us over $1 in dividends, actually. So really hoping this week stand out, but that's the goal, to continue doing that. Now, I know making $13.36 in a week is not a ton of money, but maybe in 10 years, with compounding, with more dividends, with growth, this can really make a difference in my life. I shrunk myself down so you guys can see a bit easier, but I'm pumped. I've already adjusted all of the weekly payers that are on drip. So we've got the exact number of shares. We've got the average cost per share. And let's slide over and see. But first, WEEK is near its all-time high 52-week range. Not surprising. It's going to be right in the middle probably for a long time. But LFGY is climbing, and so are a few of our newer payers, which I love to see. When we slide all the way over, check this out. Crazy. Like I said, over half are in the green. I love to see it. IWMY is down 4%. We have not seen this in weeks. QQQY down 2.86%. We have not seen this in weeks, probably months actually. WDTE is back in the positives, up 1.45%. Then we have QDTE positive, just barely 0.02%. XDTE trailing behind a little bit, down 1.76%. And RDTE down 5.22%. Now again, when you compare this to the Moomoo account, it shows them down 15, 20%. This is because our dividends reinvested or just paid out and calculated make a big difference in that. Then we have YMAG up nearly 6%, YMAX up nearly 8.5%, and YBTC up 9.4%. Absolutely insane. But none of these are the winner of the week. The actual winner of the week goes to ULTY, up 10.54%. Our losers, of course, LFGY, GPTY, and SDTY, but they are making quite a comeback. And I think in a couple weeks, they may even go positive. We have Week up 0.58%. Can't complain. It's doing what it's supposed to do. RDTY is up 2.6% with that insane dividend paid out. And QDTY is up 7% on market return alone with the dividend included, almost 9%. I am pumped, and I hope this trend continues. We're going to slide all the way over to the side here and see the total dividends received. The winner still is YMAX. Will it be forever? I don't know. YMAG has $25. IWMY is in second place, actually, which is pretty impressive, although the return, again, is not as good. But let's check this out. ULTY has only been in the account for a little bit. It's at $14 already. It has already surpassed almost WDTE, which is pretty wild. Pretty wild indeed. All the rest kind of averaged out in the middle. Nothing too crazy, but these new ones only paying out a few times and almost being well over $1, almost to $2, is very, very impressive. So I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown on all of the weekly paying dividend ETFs in this account. I will be adding MAGY. It's a new payer. If you haven't seen it yet, check out my video on it and let me know what you think. I want to shout out everyone watching. You guys are phenomenal. I will say it's been amazing. This week has been super fun. I'm really enjoying making content and learning from you guys in the comments. You've been absolutely crazy with the knowledge you provided, and I can't say thank you enough for all the support. You guys are you're amazing. That's all I'm going to say. So I appreciate you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out Moomoo and Blossom down below. If you need to open a new account, check them out. I really think very highly of both of those, the broker and the social media. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I hope to see you in the next video.